Sean Diddy Combs is saying he's sorry 2 days after a video exclusively obtained by CNN shows him beating Cassie Ventura inside a hotel in 2016. And we do want to warn you that this video is disturbing.
Diddy may have been able to save face for a while now, with the unending wild allegations that have been stacking up against him. But with the most recent video footage that CNN released, well, let's just say it's time for Diddy to wrap up whatever is left of his career and reputation, because it's going to be dead and gone with all this evidence surfacing. Y'all remember Cassie dropping a bombshell on Diddy in September 2023? While some people supported Cassie after she sued Diddy in federal court, accusing him of SA and DV, amongst other things, in their 11-year relationship, some people went against Cassie, claiming she was lying. Well, fast forward to the 5th month in 2024. Almost everyone seems to be on Cassie's side. That didn't magically happen though. After Cassie sued Diddy and exposed his evil deeds to the world, Diddy still really wasn't feeling any heat. Even after 4 other civil lawsuits against Diddy for similar offenses to the ones Cassie had mentioned, Diddy still didn't feel the need to feel bad for anything. Instead, he and his lawyers would drop statements, claiming the lawsuit allegations were all lies and those people were just trying to tarnish his reputation to make some cool cash. Okay, Mr. Sean Diddy Combs, that pathetic line can be thrown in the bin now. On May 19, 2024, CNN released footage that proved Diddy had been the one spreading false information about his relationship with Cassie.
Combs is seen shoving, kicking, and dragging his then-girlfriend down the hallway. And now he's posted an apology on Instagram.
The gut-wrenching footage showed how Diddy had assaulted Cassie in a Los Angeles hotel hallway in 2016. Cassie repeatedly got hit and stomped on by Diddy, who was tying a towel around his waist. The footage proves how abusive Diddy had been in the over a decade-long relationship. But y'all should know, Cassie wasn't the only one who suffered that miserable fate from Diddy. So remember Cassie filing the civil lawsuit when she sued Diddy last year? So yeah, that was just going to get her paid if she won. But interestingly, after Diddy's lawyers had claimed Cassie was lying, they switched to settling the case out of court within 24 hours.
We just got this information just moments ago. Breaking news just into our newsroom. Cassie Ventura reacts now to Sean Diddy Combs' abuse video with a statement on Instagram.
Yeah, that's suspicious. But Cassie had also mapped out the right plan to get back at Diddy. Cassie's first step was to expose Diddy and turn the public against him. And she was successful. Now Cassie is on her way to sending Diddy to prison. Yep, you heard that right. Diddy may be getting a cell room pretty soon. Word on the street is that Cassie is working with the feds to put Diddy in prison, with Cassie having all of the backstories on Diddy and his alleged involvement in crimes like murder and sex trafficking, and the feds putting in the work to launch a case against him. We may just have to be counting down the days for Diddy on the outside in the meantime. Okay, you may be thinking the murder suspicion is off the table, but let me remind you again that we're talking about Diddy, and that man has some serious skeletons in his closet.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
Talking about Diddy's alleged involvement in some people's murders, no one can deny how some prominent people who had close relationships with Diddy ended up dying suddenly and mysteriously. If no one rings a bell in your mind, well, let's run through the list of the ones we know about. First on the list is Kim Porter. Yeah, Kim Porter used to be one of Diddy's on and off love interests, and even the mother of some of his kids. But that didn't stop Diddy from allegedly putting her through the worst possible moments of her life. Diddy allegedly always abused her, which led to him even allegedly cutting her lifespan off at a young age. Diddy was so abusive towards Kim that he allegedly broke her nose one time on a yacht when he got aggressive over Kim having another partner, while he and Kim were not a thing. Diddy allegedly went ahead to employ a plastic surgeon to fix Kim's broken nose, while he hid her away in one of his properties. It doesn't end there. Aside from Kim getting beaten by Diddy for being with another man, the man also suffered the same thing. The man Kim was with at that time was Shakir Stewart, who ended up also dying mysteriously. Stewart was found with gunshot wounds, but the police said he had shot himself, even though no one believes that. Before Stewart's life was cut short, he had allegedly got beaten up by Diddy a few times, as Diddy claimed he was messing with his woman. Mind you, Diddy was seeing other women. Like Stewart's sad incident wasn't traumatic enough, Kim suffered worse. While Kim Porter was planning to release a tell-all book about Diddy and his nasty secrets, she caught the death penalty from Diddy also. Kim's cause of death, according to a second coroner, was highlighted to be pneumonia. But really? Pneumonia with blood stains on the pillowcases? And even leading to the floor of the bathroom? Well, the pneumonia wasn't convincing enough. Even Kim's family members and friends knew, and they were willing to sue Diddy for wrongful death. But guess what? The police had told them to stay quiet if they didn't want any trouble. Remember talking about a second coroner? Yeah. Because the first coroner that was assigned to the case also found Kim's death suspicious. But he got fired from his position and even suddenly died of natural causes shortly after the incident. If we start piecing all of these together, it's enough to build a strong case against Diddy. But wait until you hear the next bombshell. Kim Porter's death seemed like a carefully planned murder. There are theories that Kim may have been murdered in the bathroom and carefully placed on the bed while injecting some toxins into her body to make the cause of death seem like pneumonia. Well, it gets crazier when you know Kim's death came after Cassie left Diddy. Word on the street is that Kim must have divulged some of Diddy's secrets to Cassie, and that was the reason Cassie was able to hold something over Diddy's head before he could let her go. But sadly, Kim suffered the consequence.
A shocked and devastated Diddy spotted at the home where his ex suddenly and mysteriously died. Her good friend Kimora Lee Simmons appearing inconsolable at the house, 47-year-old Porter's body found after a desperate call to 911.
Interestingly, it doesn't seem like Kim's wrongful death will go unpunished. It's no coincidence that Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy a day after Kim Porter's 5th death anniversary. Cassie may just be looking out to seek justice for Kim, who allegedly took her off Diddy's claws.
Thank you for all of the love and support from my family, friends, strangers, and those I have yet to meet. Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you.
Jaguar Wright has also tried to spill the beans on Kim's suspicious death several times. Jaguar even took it up a notch as she always claims Diddy has been a mastermind of many people's deaths behind the scenes. Talking about other people's deaths, no one can forget Tupac and Biggie's deaths. Many conspiracy theories have always linked Diddy to the death of the frontliners of the East Coast-West Coast feud that went on in the 90s. Yeah, other people included in the beef thought it was all fun and games. But the same can't be said for Diddy. Diddy took the beef to a whole new level. Let's discuss Tupac's death first. Diddy had allegedly promised the hitman and his gang $1 million to take Tupac out. The hitman in question is no other than Keffe D, who was still slammed behind bars in 2023 concerning the Tupac murder. Initially, the plan was to steal a necklace from one of the West Coast members to use against them on a diss track later, but things got ugly at the MGM Grand. The crew got a whiff of Orlando Baby Lane trying to sneak around, which led to a full-blown fight before everyone later dispersed. But with the already made-up plan to take Tupac out, the situation escalated as he was shot multiple times during a drive-by shooting incident. So Diddy may not have pulled the trigger, but he allegedly controlled the gang that did with some money. But wait till you hear about Biggie's situation before you know how big the web really is. Biggie was also gunned down in a similar way to Tupac's situation the following year. It was also a drive-by shooting incident. But what could be Diddy's reason, since he and Biggie were together on the East Coast side of the beef? Well, this one is a bit different. Biggie, who was signed to Bad Boy Records that belonged to Diddy, was on the verge of leaving the label and taking along other signees, like Lil' Kim and the rest. But come on, Diddy is a businessman, and he's never willing to accept any loss. So when Biggie, who was his biggest star, wanted to opt out of the label and even go with some other artists Diddy could make money off of, Diddy felt the need to act fast. Diddy isn't the type to hesitate on making decisions like that. He does it like he's blinking his eyes, as fast as possible. So yeah, Biggie wound up dead, and Diddy cashed millions of dollars in his pocket. Biggie's death not only made Diddy's mind be at peace, that the person who could ruin his billion-dollar empire was gone, but there was also the part that Biggie's death made Diddy richer than ever. Diddy took control of Biggie's masters and publishing rights without having to split anything with the artist. So Diddy allegedly took out the frontliners of the East Coast-West Coast beef, and even the dominating rappers of the 90s, while still making a lot of money for himself. It must have been a win-win situation for Diddy. If you're still not caught up on how the public knows these dark secrets, well, a secret is never a secret, especially when there are other witnesses. And in Diddy's case, he doesn't seem like the type of guy who likes to pull the trigger. He's comfortable calling the shots with any amount behind closed doors, but he would not outrightly do the job. According to Uncle Ron, a former bodyguard to Diddy and the Carter's family, Uncle Ron claimed Diddy had offered him about $30,000 to take Biggie out. We don't know if Uncle Ron accepted the offer, but it doesn't seem like he did. Another former bodyguard of Diddy who takes a special interest in exposing him is Gene Deal. Gene has also hinted on multiple occasions how Diddy can be linked to the deaths of Tupac, Biggie, and even Kim Porter.
Everybody knew that Puff took Tupac blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image.
Anyway, there's another significant player in the drama, and that's Jay-Z. Diddy's BFF, Jay-Z, might have also supported the motion of Tupac and Biggie getting murdered to satisfy his own desires too. Back in the day, when Tupac and Biggie were the main characters, Jay-Z was like a pawn in the game, but that story changed after those two were gone. With Tupac and Biggie not existing in the rap scene any longer, Jay-Z's career went to greater heights as people started recognizing him more. And Diddy and Jay-Z have been as close as head and neck ever since, until recently. Word on the street is Jay-Z is trying to avoid his secrets getting exposed like Diddy, so he prefers to distance himself from the Bad Boy Records CEO. Anyway, Cassie seems like she's out for blood, and anyone caught in the crossfire would definitely be having a taste of their medicine. It's about to be a very long year with Diddy's can of worms getting out. Guessing Diddy should accept it's really over this time. So do you think Cassie will see the situation to the end and make sure she makes Diddy pay for what he had done to her and other people? Or do you think Diddy will find his way out of the situation like he has always done? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on celebrity news updates.